Alright, it's Tony from the tech firm. This is something different for me. We're going to kind of do a hands-on thing. We've got our going to do cable test, and we're using the Link Runner G2. You can use whatever you like. It's just what I happen to have. I don't sell them, so don't start with that. So basically I plugged a cable, this yellow cable, into both ends, and it told me the cable is good. So I'm doing a little bit of a baseline here, right folks? So I'm going to unplug this guy. I'm going to plug in my other cable, two different cables here. This one's a blue one. You'll see why I'm doing this in just a moment, and I apologize for moving around, but hey, this is real life stuff, right? And then from here, I'm going to hit retest, and we're going to let it run. I want to make sure both cables are good before I go on to my next step. So they are. Both cables are good. So now the fun part. I've got myself 3 RJ45 female-to-female couplers. Okay, so we're going to test each one of them, just to show you they're not all the same, just because they look the same. So I'm going to click this guy, this coupler in there. I'm going to unplug this cable at the top, plug it into my coupler. I'm sure you can hear the snap. And I'll plug my cable in the top of the tester. And I'm redoing my test, and off we go to the races. This does not take long, right? This is a couple of seconds. So that worked just fine. So first I tested my cables and they were good, and now I'm testing the couplers. So this first one's good. Second one. And again, they all look the same, right? They all look the same. And I just ran into this the other day when somebody just out of his drawer pulled out a bunch of these things, and I said, wait a minute, you test those, you know, are they good? And see, that one is different. I'm not going to get into all the differences, crossover, rollover, straight through. I'm not, just, it's different. It's different. Last one. Gonna plug this guy in. So this whole test is taking less than a minute. Oops, sorry, I just hit the camera, folks. Okay, and there you go. So 3 couplers, right? And they're all different. So what I started doing, just to kind of show you, is I started labeling them. That one is straight through. This one says crossover. The other one, mystery, question mark, whatever. So, and again, I can't stress this enough. Just because, and we know this from the cabling side of it, right? Just because they look the same doesn't mean they are. So make sure you test, make sure you label. If you don't need them anymore, please get rid of them. Somebody's going to plug them in at some point and you're going to have an issue. That's it, folks. Quick and easy. Have a good day. Bye for now. Alright, so here's a myth or tip, trick, I don't care what you want to call it. So I've got 2 straight through cables, which I've tested in other videos, and I've got myself my RJ45 coupler. I'm going to just plug this guy in, and then I'm going to redo my little test here on my tester. Again, this only takes a few seconds. We're going to find out what's going on, or if it works, or if it doesn't work. And you can see this coupler turn this into a crossover. So back in the day, this was very common. Nowadays, though, we have, I'm not going to get into the whole thing, but the switches can figure this out nowadays. So let's see if that's true. So I'm going to unplug the other end of this cable, all right? And we're going to move this over to our switch. So I'm going to just take the camera for a second and unclip it and move it over to the switch. And I'm just going to randomly pick a port because I don't want to cut away and then have people accuse me of doing any chicanery here. See? So it does work. So again, I'm not going to get into the whole MDI stuff. So it's going to figure it out and it's going to work. So even though it's a crossover cable or a crossover coupler, it's not the ideal scenario, but it works. Take a look down here at the tester. You'll see that I'll go to my auto test, for example. You can see it got an IP address. Everything's good. And there you go, folks. Quick and easy. Enjoy.